with me. So to start out, Drunvalo, of course, has a wealth of information available on his website, drunvalo.net. There you can learn a lot about him and his work and what he's done so far. And it's a great resource. We'll talk more about that. But right now, I'd like to start out with a meditation. Close your eyes and clear your heart and mind. Imagine yourself sitting peacefully. You take 2 steps down and rest inside your heart. Feel yourself move down and sit in your chest or heart area. Now, feel everything around you. Feel your heart energy radiating and be calm. Picture light in your heart growing larger and larger until it fills your whole body and shines out from your body about 3 feet. Feel it pulsating and getting stronger. Now ask the Holy Order of Protection to surround you and slowly open your eyes. So, Drunvalo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody's connected. So, to start out, Drunvalo, I kind of want to start with the show off getting people understanding how to recognize their path in life, conscious living. Could you talk to me a little bit about what you believe it is to recognize the path or to be able to follow the path as it is?
Well, the path, there are many paths, and in some ways there's as many paths as there are people. But there are specific paths that the world has focused on from many traditions all around the world. All of them are based on the same natural principles that are held within and around our bodies. And though they use different words and to describe what the actual experience is, it's always the same. It just has different names. But the path actually usually begins for a very large number of people when they have a Kundalini experience. This is one of the ways that originates this thing, but there are other many complicated ways of how this can all begin. It can begin in another lifetime, and have deep training on other levels. But eventually, everyone, no matter if you're just leading an ordinary life and not having any attention to spiritual matters, eventually you begin to come to this place where you realize that there is more to life than a job and a family and all these kinds of things. There is something deeper and beyond what we normally think of. And whatever it is that triggers this, whatever begins that pathway, like I said, there are many different ways that can happen. But eventually you begin to become aware that you exist on other levels of existence besides here, and you begin to realize that there is something within you that is huge, that is much, much greater than just a human being. And as that begins to develop and as it begins to slowly unfold within someone, they begin to become more interested in going within, in meditation and understanding. But exactly how to proceed, there are so many ways, Eric. It just really depends on who you are and what time, what part in history you are at that particular moment. So,
okay. So
answered that question exactly the way you want. But,
no, that's good. I just wanted to kind of say that, for me, recognizing the path means knowing that the decisions I'm making are the decisions that are going to lead me to a place, and of course around people who will do good for me and for my development. And I know that I found a lot of those people on the GoldRing, and so I kind of want to introduce Rysa here to the conversation. Rysa?
Thank you, Eric, and I wanted to thank you for beginning the talk with the meditation, and I also want to thank Drunvalo for offering his time. Drunvalo, you are like a superstar of the New Age thought movement, in my opinion, and so much of what you've done has been historically profound in the discoveries that you have moved along. I've watched your path begin with the Flower of Life and the Merkaba meditations, had many friends that attended your classes. And so these archetypal changes that you've brought into consciousness of the imagery of the Flower of Life and the Merkaba, for instance, and now with the illuminated heart, we're all feeling these changes happening in consciousness, and so the kids here, the StarCHILD Network that you're interviewing with, Eric, and the other kids here are really have a great instinct for what it is. It's the indigos you pretty much spoke about years ago, and here they are. How do you feel about that?
Well, the indigos, without them, I don't think we would be here in this kind of balance that we're in now. They have saved our planet. And so I have tremendous respect for them. And they have brought with them something that they, as of yet, haven't quite unfolded. They're a much more advanced level of life than what we are here, and they with love, and they allowed themselves to come down to this very dark place to be here to help us to rise up. And it is, I mean, they not only maybe someday will on another level, but in real time right now, they have done more for this world than anyone. And I really, from my heart, I really thank them for what they've done. But I know it's not easy. Many of the people that came here, it's like if you're in a very high level of awareness on another planet and you realize that you need to come here to help this other planet, when you're there, you go, well, okay, I'll do this. I want to, and I'll do it. And you proceed to make this journey to here. But when you get here, so many then realize how much pain this planet is in, and how painful it is just to exist here relative to where they were before. And so many of these children who are now, many of them are almost 40 years old, they weren't able to continue. The pain level was so high that there's casualties that have happened in this, and lots of them. But still, those that have made it through have saved our lives here. Otherwise, we would not have been able to make it through to this point where we're at now. At this point from here on in, we've made it. I don't know if the world really realizes it, and I'm sure most of us don't realize it by looking around at the newspaper and the news, but we have actually made the change over to the next level of existence in a way that is absolutely going to take place. From Melchizedek consciousness, we watch the universe, and we know that whenever a planet gets to this kind of place that they're in now, which is a level of synthetic consciousness that's developing here, and they don't always make it. They don't always make it through, and they sometimes have to start all over again. And there was a great deal of luck that didn't think we were going to make it even now. But as of about 3 years ago, we made a change that is enormous. The grid that's around the Earth that has been that our ancestors have been developing for 13,000 years actually was completed and finished, and it became alive. It was born. It became a living thing. And now that it is alive, what we know as Melchizedek is that once a planet gets to that level, they always make it over to the other side. There has never been a time in it from the beginning of time that has not happened. And so we are certain that we will make it through to the other side of this existence that we have to do. But we still have a little more to finish. Not a lot, just a little more. And most of that lies not in the external structure that's around the world or in anything that we do on a mundane level with governments, etc., and all these things, but within ourselves. There's still a little more that we have to complete, and it's not hard, and we will do it. We've all done it before. We know how to do it. We just kind of have forgotten a little bit, but we'll remember. And it's we're almost, really, truly, almost at the end of this dark cycle, and a new cycle is going to begin that will lead us actually eventually beyond where we are now. Even on Earth, we're going to go beyond these levels, and pretty exciting actually. So, yes, I deeply appreciate the people that have come from other levels of existence to be here that we call indigo and crystal kids and the super psychic children from around the world, which are from a different region.
Thank you.
Now, Eric, how old are you? Just for instance.
I'll be turning 24 on January 1st.
All right. So you're right in the midst of this alien invasion. That's what it is, really. There's not. I have a son who's just turned 25, and I've never, and I know other kids right in that same age. I know a lot of kids, and we feel that your generation is just coming in with a different kind of intelligence, a very, very high sparkling clarity of intelligence. But the resources that you have been somewhat squandered. What would you say to Drunvalo about taking over the teachings? There's so many great people who have so much deep knowledge, and we need to keep those teachings going. And I don't know, Drunvalo, if you've had many workshops and many people and written many books, but there is coming a time where we're going to pass on knowledge in different ways, isn't there? Yeah, there is. We really won't need books and these kinds of things very soon. The old idea, where two people just really want to put their heads together and go zap and can put it from one person to another and teach them. We are approaching that level. It's already being done in certain regions of the world that I've been in, but they're almost all indigenous people. The Kogi,